He raised his voice. In front of 16 people, he cut me off mid-sentence. "We can't hear you, Anna. Try speaking like you actually want to lead." The laughter that followed wasn't loud, it was worse. Tight smiles, nervous chuckles, eyes darting anywhere but mine. I felt the blood in my face drain, but I didn't flinch. I just closed my notebook, and I quit. Not that second, not that hour. I let the meeting end. I let them think they'd won something. I walked out with my coffee cup half full and my exit strategy fully formed. He humiliated me for having a soft voice. The next morning, I was in our rival's executive suite, sliding my $40 million client list across their CEO's glass desk. Daniel wasn't always cruel. He was smart once, sharp when I met him. He'd just been promoted. I was the quiet strategist with a knack for closing big deals no one else could land. He praised my decks, my retention numbers, the way clients trusted me. "You're the brains," he told me once over drinks, "but you need to be louder if you ever want the credit." I thought it was advice. Turns out, it was a warning. He loved women who laughed too hard at his jokes, repeated his talking points, gave him credit for their work. I didn't do any of that. I gave him results. He wanted submission. He didn't get it. So he started erasing me. It began subtly. My name removed from client calls. Budgets I built being presented under his. My performance reviews suddenly strong, but lax leadership presence. He even had the gall to say I was too agreeable. Right, that's what they call you when you don't play the game their way. I kept my head down for a while. I watched, listened, took notes, not just of numbers, but of behavior. Every slight, every dig, every project stolen from my desk and handed to someone louder and less competent. He thought I'd break, or worse, stay silent. Instead, I started preparing my exit like a war plan. Here's what Daniel never understood. I don't speak loudly. I move quietly. And I never move without purpose. I went through my client list, every deal I'd brought in, every relationship I'd personally built, every client who requested me, not the firm. I cross-checked contracts, tracked renewal timelines, created shadow copies of key reports. I had everything. I knew which accounts would follow me, which ones were fed up with the internal politics, which CEOs had whispered, "You should be running that place." I didn't need to scream. I needed to walk. Roth and Ainsley was the only name on my list, our biggest competitor, the one Daniel mocked every quarter. I booked a meeting. No resume, no slides, just results. I brought in $40 million last fiscal, I said, and I can bring it here. Their VP raised a brow. "Why would we believe you?" I passed her a folder, client names, contacts, engagements. She flipped through it in silence. Then she stood and made a call. 10 minutes later, their CEO walked in. No handshake, no intro, just a question. How fast can we move? The offer was more than double my old salary. Director level, full autonomy, stock options, and the freedom to build my own team. I signed by noon. By end of day, I had 3 signed transfer letters from legacy accounts. Word spread. 2 more confirmed within 48 hours. Daniel didn't know yet, but his numbers did. I didn't speak to him until the damage was irreversible. It was 3 days later. I got a call from a blocked number. I picked up. "Anna?" His voice was tight, controlled, panicked beneath the surface. "We need to talk." I smiled. "We don't. You're poaching accounts." "No, I'm taking mine with me." He started ranting about ethics, contracts, loyalty. I let him go on. Then I said, "When your boss calls you later, don't lie. He already knows." Click. See, when Roth's CEO saw the full transition plan, he didn't call me again. He called Daniel's boss. And suddenly, Daniel was being asked questions he couldn't answer, like why their top performer quit without notice, why key accounts were jumping ship, why their Q4 forecast dropped $18 million overnight. You could smell the blood from 2 floors down. Daniel showed up at my new office a week later. Not invited, not expected. He looked tired, smaller. "I underestimated you," he said quietly. I sipped my coffee. "That's not news." He glanced around the office. Sleek, modern, efficient. My name on the wall. My team buzzing behind glass. "You could have just said something," he tried. "I did," I said. "You just didn't hear me." He nodded, swallowed, tried again. "Why now?" I stood, slow and deliberate, walked to the door, opened it. "Because I'm done asking for space. I'll take it instead." He hesitated, then walked out. That was the last time I saw him. Now? Now, when I speak, people listen. Not because I'm louder, but because I'm no longer asking to be heard. I let my silence